Morning students of class 10. Today we are going to discuss about the different social and religious causes which also spread discontentment in the among the Indian people and which became the cause for the revolt in 1857. In earlier classes we have discussed about political causes and economic causes. Okay, so there were several religious and social causes also, and one of them, the first one, was arrogant behavior of the British. Arrogant behavior of the British. It meant that they treated themselves superior to the Indians. The Britishers were whites and the Indians were the blacks. So it was a kind of racial discrimination. That's why they treated us badly. They considered themselves superior to us. The next thing is that the Indians also had to bow down, had to salute to every Englishman. Yes, whenever they appeared before the Indians had to give them salute or respect, we can say. So this was another case in this regard. Besides these two things, the educated Indian people were not promoted to higher posts. Yes, the higher posts were only confined to the Britishers. And though many Indians were educated, but they were not allowed to get that posts. The British officials also misbehaved with the common people. They were corrupt. They just wanted to make money. So they misbehaved improperly, inhumanly, we can say, inhumanly to the people. All these things say us that their nature was arrogant. Okay? And the Britishers remained perpetually foreigners in India. It means though they ruled over us, but there was no any link between Britishers and the Indians. They did not understand our culture, tradition. They did not mix up with us. And thus they had just came to earn money from India and they just wanted to take away those money into their own countries. Okay. So in this way we have just concluded that they were treating themselves, they were considering themselves superior to us, and that's why they showed this kind of arrogant behavior before us. Okay, by several things just that we have discussed, we have just understood this point. Next thing is that Western education and fear of mass conversion. Western education. By the Charter Act of 1833, the Christian missionaries were allowed to set up schools in India. And we all know that in Western education, English was made compulsory. In schools, Bible was started to be taught to the Indian students. That's why a fear of conversion from other religion to Christianity spread it among the Indians. That the Western education will ultimately ruin our religions and they were just trying by implementing Western education to convert the Indians into Christianity. So this kind of fear, uh, just this kind of atmosphere of fear is spread in India among the Indians. Okay, and the Pandits, the Maulvis, at that time their position in the society was very high. They used to preach in Sanskrit schools, Banaras Sanskrit school, and in many madrasas. Okay, but when education system, Western education system was implemented, they feared that their importance will be now degraded. Yes, so this also angered the society, and these especially two sections, Pandits and Maulvis. Yes, so also this became the cause for the discontentment in the society, and due to this, they the situation became alarmed, and they just wanted to take revenge of this from the Britishers. Okay. The next thing is that legislations against religious customs. Many laws were made which were against our religious customs. Earlier, sati system was practiced in India. Widow could not marry in India according to our custom, Indian custom. Though these two were very bad, there is no doubt in this regard. But they made laws to stop, to end these two kind of inhuman practices. I am saying inhuman practices. Yes, it was practiced in India. It was inhuman, but still it was according to the custom of Indians. Okay. Here the Britishers did good, I will say. Some of the things they did good for our betterment. In 1829, they just banned the sati system, and in 1856, they also made a law which allowed that now the widows could remarry. Yes, female infanticide was also stopped by the law which was made in 1856. Not only this, from 1832 to 1850, they also changed the inheritance of property law. This law allowed the converts to inherit, to just inherited, what will we say, those people who were just changing their religions from Hindus or Islam to Christianity. They could just control over the property. They could have right over the property of their ancestors. And the Hindus, they regarded this law as that people are now allowed to convert their religion into Christianity, and at the same time they will also be in the position to acquire their ancestral properties. Okay, so in this way these laws hurt our religious sentiments, we can say, and this made anger the Indian people. Okay, next thing is that introduction of telegraph and railways. Telegraph, we all know it is a means of communication. By improving this communication system, Britishers just wanted to control over the Indian territories. Yes, but the poles that were erected, people thought that it was for just punishing the people, hanging for the people. And introduction of railways also angered the people, because Indian people thought that it will disrupt the social order, the caste orders, because when we travel in train, we different people sit together, and earlier the caste system was very rigid. The upper caste, the lower caste, they did not used to sit with each other, mix with each other. But with the introduction of railway, people thought that their religion, their caste would be affected. Okay. So though this implementation by the Britishers was very good, it was for the benefit, for the progress of our country, but at the same time, it hurt the sentiments, the religious sentiments of the people, and thus it became the social and religious cause. Next thing is that vague rumors. Vague rumors means fake information, wrong information. It was believed that British has occupied over India politically in 1757 in the Battle of Plassey. So in 1757, the Battle of Plassey established the political control of Britishers over India, and it was assumed that after 100 years the rule of Britisher will come to an end in India. So that's why 1757 plus 100 year, that is 1857, is the time when we can end the rule of the Britishers. This enabled the Indians to take arms and revolt against the Britishers. So thus we have completed the different social and religious causes. I think you might have understood that how these causes became the factor of the first war of independence. If there is any problem, it might be some of the things I can miss while teaching, because it is very difficult to memorize word by word, line by line. Okay, so it is better to ask in Google Classroom, and there every doubt will be cleared. So thank you, have a nice day.